What did Jesus actually look like? For centuries, people have been wondering about his real appearance. We have all seen his various images throughout the history. But what's the main question? Are all of these images real? Absolutely not. Today, thanks to the modern science, that we can go more closer towards finding his real appearance and understanding what he actually truly looked like. Today in this video, I'm gonna show you guys the real face of Jesus by gathering all the forensic reports and all the scientific studies, and then I'm gonna be creating his face and bringing him to life. Stay tuned in this video because you're gonna see how I combine both art and both science depict the true actual appearance of Jesus. Before jumping into science, I would like to tell you that what I think, what people believe Jesus looks like. So most of the people around us actually believe like how Jesus would have looked like is like a blonde, blue-eyed Western man. Let me go in some detail. The biggest study and the biggest proof of Jesus till now in the scientific history is the project or a cloth which is known as the Shroud of Turin. Shroud of Turin is basically believed as a really ancient cloth, and what people believe is that it was the burial cloth of Jesus. So there was a really big research in which a lot of people were involved, and I think it was done in 2001. In that research, scientists, forensic researchers, and a lot of different types of people researched on that specific cloth, and that cloth actually proved that there was a man who was Jesus, and it actually proves the existence of Jesus. Scientific researchers, historicals, archaeologists, all of them, they found out that if there was a man whose name was Jesus, he would have actually looked like this. So that's what science actually says us, that what Jesus would have actually done. Science doesn't tell us that Jesus looked like a blue-eyed, blonde, white-skinned man. In fact, science tells us that Jesus would have looked like a Middle Eastern man, and it makes a lot of sense. And now, as we know that what Jesus might have looked like, it's the time to combine art, science, and my imagination. Now it's finally the time to pick up canvases, pick up brushes, and start creating the real face of Jesus that is going to be remembered in this. In this painting, I want to stay as true to the findings as possible. It is going to be referencing a little bit what science says, and it is also going to be referencing towards something what my mind says. So guys, a lot of you guys wonder what kind of brushes, what kind of materials do I use. I also told in my last video, and I would like to tell that again. So for the canvases, I basically just use canvases from Dollarama. For the brushes, I also use brushes from Dollarama, and for colors, I also buy color from Dollarama. And there's a company, the name of the company is Deco Art, as you can see on the screen. So I buy colors from this company. They're really good. And if you want cheap and affordable colors, you can buy colors from here. And I truly love these colors. It doesn't matter how cheap the colors are, it always matters how much skill you got. So guys, when I started doing the painting, it actually wasn't simple. A lot of guys think, I'm an artist, so it's easy for me, but this time everything was from imagination. I just took an idea of what science says that how Jesus would have looked like, and the main idea was coming from mind. It took me hours of work and a lot of effort went into this piece. The hardest part was that everything had to come from imagination and the scientific researches that I gathered. I spent over 35 hours on this painting, and I also studied the forensic reconstructions, the Shroud of Turin images. The tricky part was that I had to interpret all this data into something realistic while maintaining the spiritual depth of the subject. So while making this art piece, I used a variety of materials in this artwork. I worked with Deco Art paint, which allowed me to create smooth textures while maintaining the earthly tones that I felt. I represented Jesus' true appearance. I also made sure that the type of canvases and the medium that I'm using for making this is actually really good. Give the painting depth that it needed to bring out the emotion in his face. At the beginning, I was literally really blank and I didn't know what to do. As you just keep on doing something, ideas just automatically come in your way and you actually start working on them, and it's all about just getting started. Because there was no clear reference, just ideas from scientific researches, and I knew that it's gonna take me a lot of patience, a lot of time to get all of the details right, especially to the eyes, which I believe it was a win to the soul. It is the final result of painting, and I hope that you like this painting. This is not the real face of Jesus. This is a really accurate face of Jesus that I gathered from the scientific researches and from my dreams, and then I created this into art piece. Some modern science and historical data have taught us about his appearance. I have used a forensic reconstruction of Jesus, and I've tried to stay true to the scientific evidence while also bringing my own artistic vision to it. At the end of the day, what matters most is not what he actually looked like. The things that matter most about him is his message of love, his message of sacrifice, and his redemption is what changed the world. Whether or not this is what Jesus exactly looked like, I think we all can agree that his spirit and his message are always truly defining him. I hope this video helped you understand how science and art can come together and create a realistic portrayal of Jesus, and how we can connect with him in a deeper level. And if you like the video, guys, please make sure to like it. If you didn't like it, you know what, just give me some feedback. What should I actually improve in my videos? The last thing, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. Amen.